Had some weird games where he really didn't commit to it and didn't play well enough, but I think he's shown now that he's grown a lot in less than a year, so it's pretty impressive. And I think that makes him pretty much right for the job. But now we're ready here. iBUYPOWER, they're going to be starting on the CT side, and Titan are going to be on the terrorist side, and we are ready for this one. I mean, both teams, I think, can play this map really well, and it's going to be interesting seeing Skadoodle versus Kenny on this, you know, just AWPing. And Smiths. Smiths is a very good AWPer, especially on Dust 2.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah. So Swag and Daze, they've double stacked mid because it's something Very Games or /Titan used to do a lot in CS Source. They used to pretty much on Dust 2, most of the time, always push mid to B. And I think it'd be really interesting to see if they do the same thing because the bomb is in tunnels.
Certainly would be a cool setup, and they have the two smokes for it, so it actually makes a lot of sense for them to do that right now. But iBUYPOWER have a good setup to do, or had a good setup to deal with it. Now as Daze rotates back because he's taking a bit of damage, it's going to leave the B bomb side a lot weaker. It's Swag and ACK defending, and they're going to have a very hard time doing this. Now you can see that they are sort of setting up for it. That grenade actually going to be really cool if someone was holding close by. That's a nice little tactic, throwing it into the wall like that. But Titan are running out of time, and that's really actually a concern. They're going to go for the B push eventually, but 30 seconds is not a lot to work with here. ACK, if he lands an instant headshot, it might work out all right. He's going to go for the shot right here, doesn't quite hit it, and there it is. But an instant return. NBK takes the kill, Swag is going to go down, and this is still advantage for Titan.
Yeah, 3 versus 3, the CTs with 2 USBs and a P250. So let's have a look at what's going to go on as far as the retake is concerned. Skadoodle and Dazed on B ramp. In fact, all of them are on B ramp. We've got one person under window, one person at the back of site for Titan, and one person in tunnel. Scream is quickly going to get nailed in the head, and is the iBUYPOWER retake real?
Sick shot coming from Dazed, and a second one being picked up here by the American in-game leader, and Existence here is going to try and find it out. He goes down. Dazed will pick up the triple, and I don't think they have a kit right now. So they might actually lose the round anyway. Oh no, iBUYPOWER. That's not going to be enough time to defuse. A very, very sad end to this round.
Wow.
Some absolutely... And Dazed, you can see he has the kit right now, but he had to run all the way out to find it. That's a really, really sad beginning to the round. But obviously, for Titan's point of view, absolutely great. They thought they were going to lose that, I think.
So Anders, Richard predicted 2-1. What's your prediction?
I have a feeling Titan are going to be able to win this.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to probably be 2-1 as well.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm going to put my neck on the line and say 2-0, just to be different. I always like to be different. To Titan.
Well, the map pool is Dust 2, Inferno, and Nuke, right?
Yeah.
So I can definitely see a scenario in which Titan can win on Dust 2, because they're pretty good at playing it. iBUYPOWER is 2, so it's really hard to judge. I think Inferno could go to iBUYPOWER.
They played very well on Inferno against Epsilon yesterday.
Yeah. But Titan have actually just been playing really well this tournament altogether, so 2-1 is, 2-0 isn't even out of the question, actually.
Yeah.
But on Nuke, if it goes to that, that's what's worrying. I think Titan are going to be better on Nuke than iBUYPOWER.
Fair enough, but it's going to be this headshot master in Scream to get the opening frag. MBK with his beloved Nova. If he manages to get this frag onto Steel, it will, of course, give him a heck of a load of money. He's still missing his shot. Surely MBK, the natural-born killer, will get the frag. And yes, he will.
Yeah, that's a lot of money in the bank. Definitely a good setup here. iBUYPOWER mostly buying armor as well, as you can see, except for Skadoodle. No big surprise there. And now they're going to be walking up short, quickly. Scream with a good headshot. Skadoodle with the instant return here. Very nice job. And Skadoodle and Dazed will pick up a bunch of kills. And somehow we've ended up in a 2-on-2. And worst worrying of all, this 30 seconds, it's going to be now the bomb down, and Skadoodle will pick up a third absolutely mind-bending headshot. It's going to be Scream down here in a 1-on-2, creeping up, and he's got to be a little bit worried. This is the one thing that really could not happen for the French team. And Scream is caught in a mix. Sick headshot on one. Sprays here. Skadoodle is out of actual money. He's going to go for the knife. Pistol to kill him. Scream picks up the quad kill. Oh, Skadoodle punished with that C-set 75, running out of bullets. Okay, so that makes 2 rounds in a row that are utterly painful to lose from iBUYPOWER. The first one, no defuse. Second one, no bullets.
Yeah.
And what's the third thing that could go wrong here, I think? Well, I can't even think. Are they going to burn themselves to death next?
I don't know, dude. Just Molotov themselves in spawn and be like, yeah, we're not playing Dust 2, but look who it is. Kenny S has already introduced himself with that AWP and tagged Swag, who tried to cross over to B.
What a great start to this game.
You can already tell it's going to be just a brilliant BO3.
Without that, I mean, it's almost 100% I think that Scream would have gone down. He got the first kill, which is really impressive, but I'm not sure he would have survived that engagement otherwise, because he was taking a bit of time to even land the AK shots, which ultimately he didn't. So A Bison picked up on MBK, so we're still looking at weird weapons coming out from MBK here. You know, weird compared to the AK that we want him to pick up eventually. But
Yeah.
he's looking for the eco frags.
He is, and again, I keep saying it so far. Overpowered. It's no longer like 1.6 where teams would sort of buy a Deagle, but they were never expected to win the round, or sometimes stick to an eco where they just keep their Glocks or USPs and try to run the round down so that they can go on to the next round when they have big weapons in hand. No, the CZ75s, guys, can deal a heck of a load of damage as Titans start making their way towards this A-bomb site up against the pistols of the North Americans. It's going to be the Titan leader to get the first frag, but Skadoodle instantly replies.
Kenny with a good kill, but Skadoodle's just not going to stop with these kills. He's got 2 more here. He's finally going to go down as MPK picks up the last 2 kills with the Bison, and wouldn't be surprised if we see him throw it away here at the beginning of this round. But that's going to put us in the 4th one, and instantly it's going to be Skadoodle picking up the AWP, which again is no surprise. And he's actually 5-0-3 with just a CZ. It's ridiculous.
Here we go, the battle we all wanted to see, Anders. Skadoodle versus Kenny S. Kenny S is going to try and pick mid. He's already dealt damage onto Swag. Oh no, he didn't pull the trigger. He was close, but at least he predicted the right position at the bottom. And we've got MBK trying to peek long, can't get the frag, and still no damage dealt as of yet.
Yeah, but it's a good idea from Kenny not to take that shot, because if you take the shot on the guy crossing over, and then, you know, right afterwards Skadoodle peeks to take you down, that's not really worth it.
Yeah.
So they want to play it safe, and I think that's a smart choice here. Titan, they have the lead, and right now they're setting up for a bit of a mid engagement, just taking control of mid and short, and they're actually going to run in here and check everything out. They're going to go really aggressive here, which is a little bit unusual for Titan, but I like this play coming out. Skadoodle's going to take down MBK. Swag charges out, doesn't get the first kill, actually has to reconnect with that one. Now it's going to be down to a 2-on-3. Skadoodle coming through, great shot. He's really on fire, and that's going to be the quad kill for. This is insane. He's got, what, 9 kills now in the first 4 rounds?
Yeah.
And this is the first round that iBUYPOWER have won. So Skadoodle has really decided to show up today.
And a lot of those frags were actually CZ75 frags up against Titan when they had the bigger and stronger weapons, when Titan had the SMGs, when MBK had that Bison, when Scream and Co. had the Galils and AKs. He managed to get, I think, 2 frags 2 rounds in a row just with the CZ75.
And crucially, Titan have to eco now because they lost all those, they lost all those weapons earlier to Skadoodle's CZ. So he's just been doing an incredible amount of work so far. This grenade is going to be pretty good. And if they had one more, it could have been a triple grenade, which I would still love to see happen one day. Dazed with a really good spray down, and Scream is going to return instantly. But this is a different kind of round for Titan. They aren't able to be as effective as the American team was with just pistols here.
Yeah.
So it kind of gets shut down, and this is a very, very good turnaround in the game for iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, so we discussed this when we did a Dust 2 game earlier, which was Nip versus Fnatic yesterday. And with regards as to whether D-Dust 2 is T-sided or CT-sided.
Yeah.
And you can just remind us what you said. I think you told me T-sided, but it really depends on the teams and their playing style.
It really does. I mean, I think we've developed on, back on Room on Fire, where I normally do my casting with Sunroom, but that's how we've sort of developed a phrase of just saying it's a bit of a momentum-based map, which doesn't really explain a lot. But statistically speaking, this should be a terrorist-favored map. But the problem is, when you get off to a good start, sometimes on the CT side, it can seem very different. And you can actually just roll a lot of rounds together. And we have 2 orbs. Right now, Skadoodle is doing the job of 2 people, basically. If he shuts down one part of the map, then obviously the CTs have a really good chance of winning it. So it's very hard to call, actually. And I think you're right. It ultimately depends on what team you're playing against.
Yeah. So here we go. Skadoodle was, in fact, the counter-terrorist on short, and Kenny S is as well on catwalk. So maybe, just maybe, we're slowly getting closer to the AWP battle we all want to see. Kenny S, the French beast, versus Skadoodle, who so far has been out of this world with both his AWPing and CZ75 skill. And it looks like Titan are going to dedicate towards short, towards Skadoodle.
Yeah, and he actually has some cover there as well, though. Dazed is going to go down a quick return as Existence falls, and then a flashbang just to make sure he doesn't get flashed. Oh, actually, he still, Smiths keeps running. Actually, he just ignored that flashbang, so that's a very, very dangerous move coming out from Smiths, but this time it paid off really well, so that's some really nice play coming out. Now it's going to be a 3-on-3. The bomb is down. Kenny looking down towards Pit. If he can pick up this 1 kill here, it'll make the hold much easier.
Yeah, it definitely will. Maybe even if Kenny can get the pick, he can go to long himself and try and protect that bomb, because it is somewhat of a long plan, but the flashes are going to come over. It's 3 versus 2 as AZK drops Smiths. Kenny misses his shot, and now he's absolutely outnumbered and surrounded. But what can Scream, the headshot machine, do? Holding off short, and wow, we couldn't get the diffuser. And iBUYPOWER have evened it all out at 3 rounds to 3.
Yeah, it turns out AZK is the ultimate buddy. He actually stood in the way of the bullets that Scream would have put in there.
Bodyguards.
Exactly,
that will
that's
take all the damage.
That's real teamwork, so very nicely done. And a good retake coming up from iBUYPOWER. The flashbangs initially that actually blinded Kenny that much, because the great thing is that down in the pit, the guy in the pit threw 1 grenade and then another one right afterwards. So when Kenny re-peeked, he actually got even more flashed than the first time, and that worked out really well. Now he's out on long, and that's going to be Skadoodle missing a couple of shots here. They're going to fall back quickly, and it's an eco rush coming in from Titan, and they are going to get shut down here. The M4s, I think, are a little bit too powerful.
Wow, Dazed with the hat trick. He might get 4. No, he's not. Scream, however, answering back to Skadoodle, sees at 75 kills with 2 of his own. And Anders, Titan are on this A bomb site, and they're planting the bomb, and that's what their aim will have been going into this eco round.
Yeah, that's a success on its own, and they need a lot here. They really don't want to allow iBUYPOWER to have such a good start as they are having right now. It's going to be 4-3, of course, here. Can't really hold a bomb site with just a C set like that. But yeah, in terms of eco rounds, getting a double kill and a bomb plant is way more than you could ask for, so that's good news. A 4-3 is still a really worrying sign. I don't know how much money iBUYPOWER actually have at this point. And they look at this, they actually do have a lot. Even when they rebuy the rifles that they lost here, they actually have a lot of money. So Titan have to win a number of consecutive rounds right now.
And they've gone for the all-rifle setup. So Kenny S opted not to go for the AWP. I believe MBK could afford it based on how their financial situation was at the start of the round. So what do you think of Kenny S going for the rifle?
Well, actually, this is something I've been crediting Titan with in the past a little bit, because I think if you have an AWPer like Kenny who's so good, if you buy the rifle on him and he does well, that's great. But if he isn't hitting the shots and you keep doing it, all it is a really big investment. And the fact is, Kenny's great with an AK too. So it's you're not losing all that much. You're losing something, but it's not like he's just a worthless player at this point. So I don't mind it. Yeah. And probably if they regain some confidence, if Kenny starts warming up a little bit more, he's going to pick it right back up again with the AWP. But I think this is not a bad choice actually from Titan. There's no, because otherwise you're just throwing away rounds. And right now they need to adjust to whatever's happening.
And I think we're starting to see exactly why they've gone for the all-rifle setup. It's not exactly very helpful to try and push B ramp with an AWP. It's going to be Swag to peek B ramp. Kenny S drops him. We can see exactly why they wanted him to buy that AK-47 over the AWP. It would have been very difficult for Kenny S to try and rush up B ramp into the B bomb site with an AWP. Great tactical decision from arguably one of the best tacticians in Counter-Strike history in existence. And Titan have got the bomb down, and iBUYPOWER are going to save their weapons.
Yeah, and saving 3 weapons is huge. They already have so much money, so saving this much is going to allow them for even more buy rounds at this point. But you're right, Titan definitely making the right choice in buying AKs for that kind of push. I think that's a really good point here. And now that's going to be 4-4. I think Swag has been a little bit too jumpy over at that B bomb side. I don't know if you've noticed, we had that one time when he actually switched from his target too quick. And I think he almost did the same thing this time again. So I'm wondering if he's maybe, it's good being fired up, but maybe he's a little bit too fired up.
It's almost as if he's expecting the kill to come in, so he switches to his next target, and then it's like, oh, wait, no, he's still standing. I
mean, he's Swag. He's pretty used to getting a lot of kills. That
true.
Could be a thing.
He is a brilliant player.
He's very, very good. And just to be honest, I think we've not even seen half of what Swag can do in this tournament yet.
True.
In this best of 3, I'd be surprised if we don't at least once or twice see Swag just go utterly mad. But great shot down the middle as you were blowing out there. It's going to be Swag.
I love watching it.
Down to 50.
Yes. Do you think he's the world's best AWPer?
I really don't like making lists where you have like a definite number 1, but he's very close to the top. I think him and Guardian are some of the absolute best.
Good shout.
But then when you start to add in more people, just look at what Skadoodle's been doing so far. It's also very impressive. You have Alu and Chris and some other people too. But Skadoodle's going to win the battle. So in terms of rankings, we can maybe figure out here. And Skadoodle's a guy we really often miss. But then MBK picks up the kill right in return. Steal down to the pit here, takes down the one, and actually almost that was Scream with the team kill. That's massive. That's a lot of money lost here. If they lose this round, that team kill is going to have a big impact. Smiths is going to take down Dazed. Team killing your mates is going to be $3,300 loss. That's really massive.
So MBK, we don't normally see him use the AWP, but he's got a hat-trick already, and all he has to deal with is swag on top of this A bomb site. Flashes and smokes are going to be coming out, and he has the bomb, Anders. Do you think he should continue up long? He's traded that AWP for an M4, and probably the right decision.
There's no time. He has to do this, and he's going to be walking right into the line of fire. Swag goes down. NBK picks up the quad kill. That is very, very unlikely, and probably a bit of a tactical mistake from iBUYPOWER. They really did not need to peek him down at long once he got the first kill.
Yeah.
They could have had a 2-on-1, and they could have easily set up a better situation. So that's a bit of a shame, because that kind of mistake can come back to bite them.
It's complacency. You can't afford to switch off against a team like Titan with players of NBK's caliber. And, well, we missed that one, but Kenny, yes. I mean, this is the thing, Anders. He's been tagging swag through the doors round after round, and finally, he's finally gotten that kill.
And just to point out as well, just because you said we missed that one, a really quick shout out to our observer here.
Yeah,
he's been doing a fantastic
he's done really
job,
good, a brilliant job so far this weekend.
You really can't catch all the kills, that's just impossible. But Skadoodle is going to go down. This time he wins once again. Kenny not quick enough, and it's going to be back into a 4-on-4. And we're about to find out what Titan can do here. Still more than a minute left. They are creeping around long and mid at the moment.
BK at long with the AK-47 this time, unlike when he had that AWP existence. He's been given a bit of a free roll by the CTs. He is going to drop Daze. He should be able to drop Skadoodle as well. That nade, oh no, Skadoodle gets the kill, and that nade didn't actually drop him despite him being on only 2 points of health.
No, it dropped him from 5 to 2. It did exactly 3 damage. That's the most ridiculous thing. Skadoodle is really making everything work right now, and I guess we can only credit him with staying alive, but some of the shrapnel missed him a little bit, and somehow he's not bleeding to death quite yet. It's going to be a 3-on-1. Scream putting down the bomb here, and this is a very, very tough position for him to win. They don't have a lot of health on 2 of their players, but Scream is going to go down. That's Skadoodle with another quad kill, and Daze. Look at him looking all the way over. He's looking at him just saying, like, you know, now is the time to step it up. We're at the quarterfinals of a European event, and we always, you know, normally end up going out, but this is definitely it. And look at Skadoodle. He's hyper-focused. He's not even looking all that excited. He's the guy to the far left here, and he's just looking really, really focused. So what's his scoreline right now, I'm wondering, because he's got to be doing really well.
He has 15 kills and 5 deaths.
Ridiculous. Absolutely. That's in 10 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. That's very impressive.
Let's not forget that iBUYPOWER coming all the way from you know, America or Canada to they have a point to prove, because they've always, dare I use this term, but they always historically flopped European lands. And they won ESEA. They showed us that on home soil, they're capable of producing the goods. And now they've come over here to London, and they have a point to prove.
Yeah, and when they won ESEA land, you know, there were a lot of people making a lot of excuses like, well, complexity made it a little bit easier, and NIP, maybe they were jet-lagged, and, you know, all this stuff. There's always, because people have a hard time dealing with change like this, but the fact is just iBUYPOWER is a very, very strong team, and we're seeing it right here, but absolutely nothing is set and done. Let's see if Titan can make it back and win this round. They're going for the split push once again, but the bomb is now dropped inside. Swag is going to go down, and it's going to be a cool retake coming up, but NBK tries to stop it up on short, actually playing the role that we would normally see Get Right play if it was NIP.
Yeah,
so this is
role.
very, very annoying for iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, and it's so important sometimes to use that Get Right role. I love to see it when teams utilize the Get Right role. You create a crossfire, or you have the rest of your teammates push your bomb site, and then you're just lying down at mid somewhere, but MBK is going to get shut down. But I do think iBUYPOWER will go for this? Kenny S is just behind the door. I'm not sure if Skadoodle knows it. He knows it now, but Kenny S nails him in the head. And Dazed has a big job on his hands. I think he's just going to try and pick up that AWP. In fact, he went for it, but Scream, the headshot machine, drops him.
Scary round. I mean, if Skadoodle hits that no-scope, who knows? I would have said they shouldn't have gone for it, but the fact is, I think iBUYPOWER have a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah.
And they should have as well. 5-6 is a very, very respectable score to start off with. The only thing that's not working for them right now is that whole bank that they had going on before, all the money they had.
The economy is dire.
That's been depleted at this point. So they're going for no head armor, which is not a big deal. They're up against almost all AKs. That's one Galil, but that's not a big deal at this point. But
does Existence realize? Oh no, Titan have no clue that's Steel, and I think Daze have pushed lowers. Daze is going to drop one, AZK with another, and we could be on the verge of seeing a brilliant force buy from iBUYPOWER. And Existence, I think he'll be raging at that.
Steel takes a kill, and actually Steel should have been dead at least a couple of seconds ago. He got so flashed, and they were both going for him, but the backup came in, and just very good coordination from iBUYPOWER again, good communication coming out. And now NBK and Existence are in a very tight spot.
They are. MBK on short, spotted Skadoodle. Skadoodle wins that battle to no surprise, leaving Existence, who, to be fully honest, he was rushing down mid. He was really unfortunate, I felt, with the amount of smokes that were put in front of double doors, not to hear the CTs, but I don't know whether he should have been able to hear them actually run into lowers. What do you think? Because they weren't exactly walking.
He probably should have.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're right, but it's one of those
Maybe
things
someone was
where,
talking on voice
did he
comms
think it was going on the other side of the door instead?
I don't know,
maybe,
dude.
and maybe he did make the call, but they just weren't able to react to it in time.
But then again, like, the sound that's made in lower tunnels on the tiles should be different to the sound you hear on the sand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
So
I'm also wondering if...
I guess only he can tell us what went wrong.
Now, I didn't notice, so maybe someone else will have realized this, but maybe they could have actually flashed in. The two people that came through upper dark could have flashed in.
Yeah.
So that would have
Possibly.
distracted them enough. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I guess we'll have to go and look at it, on the demo afterwards. Steel is going to pick up the kill here on Existence. Really no chance that the Belgian in-game leader could have picked up that kill. And it's going to be 6-6 moving straight into the 13th round, and now instead it's Titan ecoing. So this is such a big deal. Right now, iBUYPOWER having the best first half of their lives, I think, against a very strong team.
Yeah, and let's not forget that we saw Titan, I think it was 15-11 down against Virtus Pro on Mirage yesterday, and then they brought it back, Kenny S 3 versus 1 clutch. That was just awesome to watch.
Kenny was unbelievable yesterday with that AWP,
Yeah.
but today is a new day, and a lot changes from one
Exactly.
day to the next in a tournament like this.
So Daze is going to get the double on short with the AK. Of course, Titan are ecoing, so let's not get too excited. He's going to drop down. Oh, hello, Kenny S with the Glock is going to get the headshot onto Daze.
He's still on the wall.
He is. You love it when players die like that, don't you? You always take screenshots of them.
That would have been an absolute screenshot moment back
We have
home.
no keyboard here.
No keyboard,
Oh, no, we
unfortunately,
can't just
guys.
click F5 and take a picture.
That was
We'll see it on the
brilliant.
stream later on.
Yeah, absolutely. So a good kill comes in, but probably not enough to make a difference in this round, because it's a little bit more tricky on Dust 2 actually to win eco rounds like the ones that they've been having so far. On a map like Inferno or something where you can get close to the CTs,
Yeah.
and maybe if you're lucky you can throw a flashbang and surprise them. On this one, it's a lot more tricky, but they're going to make it work anyway. Smith gets the long-range shot there with the C set, and Skadoodle probably should have been able to hide a little bit better there.
Yep, Steel is at long. The bomb has gone down. So again, mission accomplished as far as Titan are concerned. They've come into this round just wanting to plant the bomb. Swag gets one, but it's not going to be enough. AZK now has to try and shut down Scream. Does so successfully. And down goes Kenny S. And the defuse will come in. But Anders, I don't think they'll care, to be fully honest with you. They got the bomb down. That was always the aim of that round.
Yeah, but ultimately this is all on Titan to win every single round from here on out. They can't allow for iBUYPOWER. I mean, even 7 rounds is way too much on the CT side. For this to have been a close game, I think we would have had to have seen a score of 9-6 at the most.
Yeah.
So 7 rounds is already out of bounds, and any more than this is going to be really painful. And iBUYPOWER, before Titan even get a chance to adjust to all that has been happening so far, they pick up a double up setup. So they're switching it up before the Frenchman actually can try and adjust to it. That's very smart.
Yeah, they always want to keep him guessing. And you were talking to me about Sam Dazed earlier on and how much of a great tactician he is. And tell us more about him.
Sam's just I mean, he's a hard worker in that sense. He puts in a lot of time. He studies the teams that he plays, and he knows a lot about what they do. So this is the hard work that gets put into it. And he does really good mid-round calling, which is also, I mean, there's a big difference between being a good leader in terms of having the strategies and then having the calls mid-round. And he does both pretty well, so it's actually really impressive. Scream, though, gonna take down one, goes for the spray, and AZK comes out on top right afterwards. And now they're rushing up from behind, but iBUYPOWER in position to deal with this. AZK is gonna go down anyway. Great shot from Kenny. Dazed is now with the AWP in hallways, and he is probably going to get grenaded down any second here. It's a 4-on-3 right now, and Titan are tired of losing rounds.
Yeah, Dazed is absolutely surrounded. MBK is in lower. He's going to flash him and I think push him out. I think you may have heard Steel is going to rotate. Good shot from MBK, showing us exactly what he's made of, exactly what he's capable of. And now Dazed surely is going to go down, or maybe not. Finally, it's the Titan leader to shut him down. But the bomb is down on that B-bomb site. It'll explode sometime soon. And you said we need Titan to really get 8-7 to at least sort of hold their heads high after this half. And they're on course for doing it.
I think that's an absolute requirement right now. Skadoodle and Daze top fragging here, 18 and 15 kills is just very impressive. And AZK's not even that far behind him. He had some great moments yesterday.
Now, taking a look at the scoreboard, if you could just bring the scoreboard back up. Existence, 4 kills, 11 deaths. Now, I'm a big fan of Existence. But obviously, there's a lot of people in the community, we see it.
Well,
What's
you know,
your
this-
take? You know what I'm on about.
No, but this goes back way. This goes back
It goes
way
back
too long.
since the Source
The
days,
fact
dude.
is, Existence has been proven himself in global offense as well
Yeah.
to be perfectly capable of picking up some really extreme kills. So I'm bored with listening to people saying that he's not good enough on a killing front. But Swagger goes down as Kenny, the second time in this game he's killed people outright through the middle.
Yeah.
Now, I'll continue that story in a second, because there's a longer story to it here. Skadoodle with a really great turnaround. Could have easily been killed by Smiths. Now he's looking for the second pickoff, and it's going to be the target. Existence goes down. NBK very low on health. Steel is going to go drone. It's a really good headshot from the AK, but Skadoodle is not done yet. It's going to be a triple looking for the quad. Grenade is going to follow up and do a little bit of damage to Kenny. But this 2-on-3 can still be won by Titan. It has to be won by Titan.
Well, we've got the AWP battle. Kenny S wins it this time round to even things out at 2 versus 2. The bomb is on the back of Scream, and Kenny S, I think, has him in his back pocket. No, he's missed the shot. It's FAMAS versus AWP. Kenny S doesn't miss from there, and he's only got AZK to deal with. Misses again. 50 seconds, and Kenny S, we're not used to seeing him do that.
No, he's going to go for one more peek. He knows exactly where he is, but if he misses the shot, he's going to go down. He's going to try and run away, and Kenny goes for the no-scope, and ACK will pick up the kill, and that was just a couple of missed shots from Kenny, and he's out of it. So 8-7 in favor of iBUYPOWER instead. So really quickly, there were a couple of French players that were getting a lot of flag. I think Uzi was one of them. People were hating a lot. I guess I kind of joined that bandwagon. I really didn't think Uzi was good enough back then. He's changed a lot since. It's another guy who doesn't play any longer, which is called Ostriker, which everyone...
I know him.
Everyone enjoyed hating on him, and Existence. So they were some of the 3 French players that people were sort of pulling out and saying they... And I think people have just forgot about the fact that Existence now is actually just way, way, way better than he was at the beginning of Global Offensive. I mean, strategically, he's always been good, but he was lacking on the fragging side, and just because he doesn't have that many kills now is not really to be taken seriously.
Virtus Pro on Mirage, I think he finished the game as top fragger or something. Bar Kenny S, he played really well on Mirage yesterday.
I'm not even surprised anymore when we see Existence end up at the top of the scoreboard. I just, you know, if you judge one person based off of a single map or a single half, then you're doing something very wrong. So.
I was obviously, when I asked you the question, I know the entire context of our lovely CS community.
No, we're just trying to stand up a little bit here for Existence, because it's right, people do sometimes keep bringing it up again, and it's just silly. NBK up on short here, and actually this is a really interesting stat coming up from iBUYPOWER. They've left the B bomb site basically just ripe for the taking. This is going to be a horrendous start if the Americans decide that B is where it's at.
There we go, they have smoke CT spawn. Scream knows he's absolutely doomed inside this B bomb site, but that flash will definitely help him try and hold them back, but he is going to go down. It's 5 versus 3, and I'm not sure if I can see Titan retaking this one.
No, that's going to be really tough, especially with Dazed being where he is outside of, you know, basically with the T-spawn. This is such a cool position. So if they try and come through upper dark, there's almost no way he can't get the kill. Existence is going to go down as well, and it will actually be ACK, so Dazed position never comes into play. But if you notice, this is a team ace as well. Every single member of iBUYPOWER picked up 1 kill each. So that's what we sometimes call a team ace. So I think it's an old term. I think it was actually Corey Dunn maybe that was either Corey Dunn or Red Eye. I can't remember, one of the two.
I don't know who
but either way, that's a good term. I like that term. 9-7 is what we're looking at. We're going to be moving into the 17th round, and iBUYPOWER are now, I mean, very, very close to winning this map. This is, I'd be surprised if Titan can make it back. But if they can, I'm going to predict already, it'll be Kenny and Smiths with the double up setup. I think that's what they can do if they can do anything.
I think let's focus a bit on iBUYPOWER here, because again, we keep talking about how overpowered the CZs are, but they need to not get complacent. They need to remain focused here. They've got the big weapons in hand. They lose this one, their economy it becomes dire, basically. They can't afford to lose this one.
Well, that's another aspect in which you could say that Dazed is a good guy to have as your captain, because he's not going to let them just roll out and assume that they've won. He's going to keep them to the flame here until it's actually done.
One thing we were actually talking about in the hotel the other day, we were saying that the best teams in CSGO are the teams who have figured out how to anti-eco rounds.
Yeah.
Because of how the pistols are.
I think that's definitely true. And right now they're waiting, and they already got the first kill on Kenny, who was picked up on short there. So if Titan are going to come for them and down on long as well, they're pretty going to pick up another kill right here. ACK. So it's a smart way of playing it, and Titan getting a little bit too impatient maybe.
And Titan, You see, that's the thing. I think iBUYPOWER, you said that Daze is one of those leaders who, you know, stays up late, does his homework, does his paperwork, knows teams off the top of his head, by the back of his hand, and he's probably seen Titan get impatient before. He told his team, look, Titan will get impatient. They do it all the time when they are on the eco rounds. I'm not sure if they do it all the time, but it was a tactical decision to, you know,
sometimes it's a judgment call as well, and it's part science.
It's also the logical thing to do. You don't want to rush straight in with the Galils and find yourself on short, close range against a CZ75.
We'll see here. It's going to be another eco round coming up from Titan, so going to be 11-7 here before the French-Belgian team can buy again. Once they can, I mean, I still won't rule it out. I'm actually wondering how much money is on Kenny and Smiths right now. Do we have any indication? Kenny
2.2 on Kenny.
And Smith's at 2.5. So I wouldn't be surprised if we straight off the bat here is going to see a double up setup. That could definitely be a thing.
Could be. Molotov going out on the A-bomb site. Existence has been spotted. Steel is pulling that trigger, but it's going to be Swag to get the first kill of the round, eradicating Smiths, but Scream from CT spawn with only, I think that's a P250 onto the head of AZK, and Scream showing us exactly what he's made of, and Titan aren't going to lie down on this eco round.
Oh, definitely not. MBK, well, he does fall next, and in the middle, it's Existence taking a fight here with Swag. Good underhand throw comes out, lands right on Scream, but the bomb goes down, and I don't think it's going to be working here for Titan after all. Scream with another really good pickoff. There's some great headshots coming in, and if nothing else, this is going to force iBUYPOWER to spend a little bit more money than they like.
Yeah. And Kenny, yes, he's picked up an AK-47, so I'm not sure. Obviously, he might go for the AWP, or he might drop it for one of his teammates, but again, I'm not sure if he'll be able to afford it. I think he... Do you think he'll be able to afford it on 2.2? To get, because we want them, we want to see them really, you know, buy up and get that double up setup.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Actually, Scream will pick up a third kill here, but you're right. It's a bit of a shame that he doesn't have just, you know, a little bit more. So maybe, I mean, probably be a glass cannon orb anyway, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to go for that. I really wouldn't, because...
No, they can't afford it. That's what I thought. Wait, no, Smith.
Yeah.
Wait, where did they come from?
They did. Double up setup. Of course, we're looking at the players right here, but we have a different monitor we can see. So they go for it straight away. I think someone else, because of it, they saved the AK, someone else could just have bought him the AWP, and they still have all the money. They're going to peek in the middle, and Skadoodle not going down, going to take down Kenny. Is he going to re-peek? This is madness, Skadoodle. Really? Against Kenny and Smith, you do the double peek, and he does. And they're not going to do it. MBK goes down as well, and this is the round of rounds for Titan. This is the one they invested everything in. If they lose this one, I'm not sure there's any coming back any longer.
11-7, and iBUYPOWER are hungry to make it 12-7. They're on the verge of doing it. It's 5 versus 2. Existence and Smith, the last team for the Titan standing. But are we going to have Titan fall? It looks like we are. Smiths is being dinked. Smiths is trying to get a frag. AZK will eradicate him at mid, and now it's all up to the Titan leader to try and save the day. He drops Steel. He drops AZK. Should be able to maybe get Daze. He's going to drop Swag as well. And you know what, Anders? This might be on the cards.
They're just all running into him one at a time, and, well, the bomb is down in the middle, but they can still do this a lot smarter. We'll see if Existence can come out on top. He's going to go for the second kill. Actually, that's a quad kill now. Looking for one more. It doesn't work out. Existence goes down, and it's, of course, Skadoodle to come up with that kill, who now has a staggering 25, 1, and 8. It's absolutely insane. But Existence, I mean, just again to point out, he's definitely no slouch.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm actually glad in a way that he showed us that round. He showed us exactly what he's capable of doing. And I think we both know that he is capable of doing it. But sometimes, like you said, there are those players who sometimes the community just... It's sort of become a bit of a trend. Like, for example, Rattlesnake, who I think is a brilliant player, and I really hope he comes back to CSGO. But for some reason, not a lot of people like him. And it's just one of those things.
Yeah, that'll pretty never go away either.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's the same thing. Existence and Rattlesnake, and funnily enough, they're both leaders.
Yeah, well, maybe in time. Maybe in time.
Fingers crossed.
But I think that was almost a knockout blow to Titan, because actually I was quite confident that double up setup was going to do a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole lot. But, you know, obviously losing one of them in the middle early on and then getting another kill. I think MBK went down next in that last round. That's really devastating, and it's only a 5-round difference here, which is not tremendous, but iBUYPOWER are not going to let this go here. Kenny S goes down. over on long, and they're also reduced to, what, 1 from us, 2 Max 7s left here?
Swag 7s, please.
Swag 7s. Well, not until
wait,
Swag
no, we'll
picks
end
it
up
up.
confusing him with Swag. Okay, Mag 7s for this game.
Fair enough. This is a very, very impressive performance by iBUYPOWER.
They'll have come to Europe wanting to prove their haters wrong. MBK with that Mag 7, Skadoodle drops him. And Skadoodle, he's been hitting AWP shots everywhere. Close range, long range, through smokes. Brilliant.
Yeah, again, a big shout out to anyone who may be joining us from the US. Obviously, in that time zone, it's really early in the morning right now. So if anything, you've probably stayed up all night. But a big shout out to all of you as well. We usually have a pretty big American audience for Counter-Strike. And there's a good reason for it. You know, the American Counter-Strike history is a really long and proud one.
Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, now we have iBUYPOWER obviously showing themselves as an absolute world-class team, and not just in this game, but in general in the last couple of months, they've been proving a lot.
Yeah.
But then we have the Cloud9 coming into the scene and picking up the complexity team. So that is also a big thing. And we have even more American teams that are slowly upgrading themselves. So it's interesting. It's definitely very cool to see them here on European ground doing this well. But what I love about the situation we have right now is that this is a best of 3. So even if iBUYPOWER win this map, nothing is settled. It's still Inferno and then even Nuke. And Titan can definitely win on Inferno, and they can most definitely win on Nuke. So it could go either way. But at this point, the Americans are really fired up, and especially Skadoodle, 26 kills here. Moving into the 21st round, there's still not enough money for an AWP on Titan's side.
Scream, Mag 7, MBK and Smiths forcing the buys with FAMASs. No helmets on 4 of the 5 Titan players, which is understandable because the helmet doesn't really make much of a difference up against the AK-47. And Kenny S in existence with the silenced M4. So as far as this setup is concerned, we've got Kenny S on short, MBK just hiding behind the steps. One person who is number 8, I believe it is Existence watching long, and 2 players in B.
Yeah, and I think a very good setup coming out here, especially because the 2 people on short can very easily jump down to CT spawn and help out if it is a missed push. And from the way it's looking right now, I think actually they already smoked it off once, so they might recommit the smoke and then actually go for the B push.
They've smoked out CT spawn, which sort of keeps a ring of maybe a mid to B might occur. The other smoke is going to come again, but Kenny S, I think, is reading them like an open book. He knows exactly what to expect. And he's, as a matter of fact, Anders going to use iBUYPOWER's smoke to his own advantage.
Yeah, cheeky play coming out from Kenny, and he does get flashed just as he's going to get that kill. He misses all the shots. Now Smith comes into the middle and is going to get a good return. Scream is going to take down Swag with the actual Swag 7, and it's going to be a 4-on-3. MBK charging into the middle with a knife out. That is not the right move. And then it's going to be Steel taking a fight down towards CT spawn, but he decides to smoke it off. That's very smart. No reason to do that right now. It's a 3-on-3, and it's going to have to be a retake for Titan. The bomb will go down, and in fact, iBUYPOWER, look at Steel. He still has a Molotov. Where is he? He's going to be down on long. One thing I want to see now is for Steel to use this Molotov to deny the defuse. That would be an absolutely golden moment, and I see it coming already.
Well, let's see if it's going to happen. 2 CTs, 2 Titan players are going to be pushing through short. It's going to be Scream, the headshot machine, to drop one, but Dazed, the leader, knows exactly where his opposing leader's coming from, and now Steel all by himself. You said you wanted to see the Molotov come out, but it's not going to happen. Existence haters, eat that. Great play from the Titan leader. People are clapping, and rightly so, Anders.
And just to point out, if you had put down that Molotov, that would have been it. The round would have been lost. Yeah. There was not enough time for that. But
and it's maybe going back to players not utilizing the Molotov and incendiary grenades in CS:GO.
Actually, iBUYPOWER, I think, is one of the teams that do it really well. So I'm not going to really blame Steel for that one, because the pressure of the situation, the fact is, if he runs out with the Molotov just charging up long, that would be almost suicide as well. So I think if he had got the first kill, I'm almost 100% sure he would have thrown that Molotov. But he needed actually to get the first kill before it was even halfway realistic. So I don't think that was Steel's fault. It's just that would have been such a good moment. I had to try and predict it, but it didn't quite come true. Now we're going to be in the 22nd round, and the double up is back for the French-Belgian team.
Yeah, let's see how it fares for them. And Smith is going to be sat at the back of the B-bomb site, so no surprise there with the AWP, just looking in towards tunnels. And Kenny S is going to be watching long hut with the AWP, so pretty standard positions. And I'd like to think that they'd be able to get an entry frag or 2 from this position.
Usually that's the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
for Titan to come back and win this game, they have, I don't know, I think too much work to do right now. I'd be very impressed if they can prove me wrong and really come back in this game. That would be truly something. We're talking about them basically winning 8 rounds in a row on the CT side. That's not easy.
At all, and there we go. There was the entry frag that I was talking about, and it looks like iBUYPOWER is still going to commit towards the B bomb site.
Well, they've had a lot of success here before, and they know where one guy is in the back of the site, so they just have to worry about this other guy.
And they have no idea they're coming B ramp. Oof.
Oh, a big misplay from Skadoodle on. That's going to be Smith picking up a quick triple. He will miss the next shot, and they're going to put the bomb down. But this retake, at least they have the man advantage, and they do have a fair amount of grenades, whereas iBUYPOWER only have the 1 HE right now on ACK. So let's see if Dazed and the rest can do it here. ACK goes down now. It's all on Dazed, and flashes rain in, and Titan not going to give him much time to work with. They're closing in all around him. Dazed is not going to pick up the kill, and I think that round has to go to Smiths initially. That was very, very good. But, you know, I think if you replay that round 10 times,
yeah,
I think this is the one time out of the 10 where Skadoodle doesn't get that shot on Smith. And if he does, I think iBUYPOWER probably win the round. So actually, it's still a very dangerous push that comes out here. But Titan doing work at least, and that's good to see that they can make something work. And I think we'll have a little bit of a pause here as they are, but I think they're going to be all right, actually. I think they're all right.
Easy K and Steel outside of long doors, and should they push through long hut, they're going to come straight into the crosshair of King Kenny, who missed that shot, and he's now going to fall back. Right decision from him.
Yeah, a bit of a strange engagement there, just a bit of a peek and nothing really happens afterwards. But I think this kind of break that we just had, it's nobody's fault. In fact, if anything, it was Dazed who had a problem, but I think that's going to favor Titan. Maybe they can readjust, calm down a little bit. If they win this round, all of a sudden, you know, iBUYPOWER's lost a bit of momentum, Titan has gained a bit of momentum. So, through no fault of really anybody, that's just how it's turned out. And we'll see if it's going to make a difference.
Oh, no.
Kenny, he misses the first shot, or he doesn't take it, and then he goes down. MBK with a really great flashbang set up, I think, by Existence there, and now down on long. iBUYPOWER going to be charging up. Molotov to try and stop them. Very smart choice here. And Steel has to run. He's going to get taken down. Existence with a very good headshot now. Flashbang up to try and see if he can peek again. It's a 4-on-3, and he's going to go aggressive, and I love this move. Existence right now is playing really well. Going to take down Dazed, and ACK is going to be coming up next. Existence looking for the kill here. Running out of HP fast. It's going to go down, and it's a 2-on-2. Now a 2-on-1, ACK flashed as well. He's going to re-peek in just a second. No, he has to go and pick up the bomb here. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. He's going to go down. Smith will pick him up, and Titan will win the round and make it 10-13. ACK, I thought he had more time then to actually take the fight.
Yeah. I think Existence deserves a massive pat on the back after that round. He was the guy who threw that flash towards short to allow MBK to get that all-important frag, which leveled it up at 4 versus 4. It's so important to keep getting those return frags. He was the guy who Molotoved Steel at A ramp and gave himself an easy kill. He was the guy who flashed out the other players on A ramp, and look at this, Scream has pushed all the way up mid. He's going to drop 2, might get a 3rd. It is only anti-eco, of course. 4 from Scream, and you know what? It is against an eco, Anders, but that is just brilliant counter-strike from Scream. How does he do it?
He just does it. I mean, it's really, really brilliant to watch him play at that level. And he's also top fragging now, 21 kills, still some distance to catch up to Skadoodle, but he's actually out fragging everyone else on iBUYPOWER, so it's really impressive to see him have a round like that. And I think a round like that that's a pure power play coming out from Titan. That's a way of putting iBUYPOWER out of their comfort zone and making them, you know, question and doubt themselves about where the Titan players are going to be. Skadoodle, no doubt, no fear, going to take the peek again against 2 orbs in the middle, and re-peeking is Kenny. He goes down. Skadoodle picks up the double kill. He has just been way, way too good today already, and that's now, what, 29 kills, I think, on the American AWPer. Sickening style coming out from him, and Titan, they keep doing it.
It'll be Dazed to get that frag onto Scream at mid. Existence is trying to boost himself on top of this box, but it's not exactly going his way at the moment. I think they may have heard him. That flash did go towards CT spawn. Steel is going to spray and pray a little bit as he slowly makes his way up B ramp towards the B bomb site. And now, 5 versus 2, MBK and Existence running away to the opposite bomb site. And I don't blame them for wanting to save.
No, they couldn't really do anything else. A little bit funny, a little bit of comedy as Existence just can't make that jump in the spawn. But I think the smoke kind of made it a little bit more difficult as well.
Hey, we're all human.
Yeah,
Bar Scream, of course. He's some sort of human aimbot. But
yeah, it's different for him, isn't it?
And if Scream's a human aimbot based on what we've seen so far, then what's Skadoodle?
I know, I mean, just all-American quality coming out. I feel like Scoots is going to be super happy. Existence does get the kill down in pit. MBK is being hunted. A great double grenade. He's on 17 HP, and I don't see him surviving here. He's going to go down, and it's just Existence left at the end. So very smart choice from iBUYPOWER to go and hunt for those frags, because they have the money for it anyway. And we are looking at a 14-11 scoreline. They are very, very close, and you can see them being quite excited here. I mean, Steel and Sam in the middle talking a lot.
Yeah, of course. And Titan, yet again going for the double AWP setup. Skadoodle, he fired, but unfortunately missed 3 Titan players going towards a B bomb site. And those Titan players are going to be Kenny S and Scream. So Kenny S going very, very aggressive in upper tunnels, but it is going to be Smiths to try and hold mid with the AWP. And now we have 2 AWPers in this B bomb site, Anders. What do you think of this and this aggressive push through tunnels?
I don't know, it's very strange, isn't it?
That facial expression you just pulled off there. I don't think you like it, do you?
I'm just confused about what's going on here, but obviously it's working. Smiths has already got the kill, and Scream on top there is going to take down Swag, so something's working out great for them. Smiths drops Skadoodle, and this beat defense was exactly the right call, but as a general rule of thumb, I would not be putting 2 people on the B-bomb site with an AWP, no. Just to answer that question, I don't think that's a good idea.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Or rather, if I did, I would not put only 2 people on the A-bomb site. That's what worries me then.
Yeah, okay.
Then I'd have, you know, basically 3 people playing A.
Yeah.
But it was still, I would still not do it, but...
Anders to replace Exist. You heard it here first at G3.
Exactly.
But anyways.
Well, I might have some trouble with the French, I think.
No, I said Exist. I meant Exist from NIP.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah. Not Existence.
I might have trouble with the Swedish too,
We
I'm
can
not
teach
sure.
you French.
I really, really like to learn, you know, just more languages in general. MBK going to take down that kill, and ACK is going to fall, and we're looking at a flawless round from Titan. So it's about time, and some high fives being dealt out, which is really, really important here. Titan at least mentally need to get back, and even if they lose this map, they need to not crumble completely for when we reach Inferno, which is actually something I think that the Titan team has been struggling with a lot in the past couple of 3 or 4 months, has been having to deal with losing rounds and then not losing the whole game.
So here we go. We saw Titan try this before. It's Scream now with his with Existence, his silenced M4, and finally Daze shuts him down. And I don't know about you, Anders, but I was quite surprised to see Titan try that again.
Especially because they're up against an eco round, which I'm not sure if they realized if they did. They were doing the same thing last time against an eco. It's a bit of a big risk to take. And I'm really happy about the fact that they're stealing the weapons in the middle.
Exactly. He went all the way up. Suicide rushed up. He knew that he had to make sure the terrorists don't get anywhere near those weapons.
And look at Daze. He's down looking for it. He's wondering, where the hell did that rifle go? So that's some very interesting scavenging work coming out from both teams here.
Boom. The frag onto Catwalk. And 4 terrorists with only P250s. That's a great nade from Kenny S down mid. And it looks like Existence, who, of course, was the Rambo who salvaged the weapons at mid, spots a few coming long. And iBUYPOWER just said to themselves, right, no, we don't want to go anywhere near Existence. He's playing well at the moment. Let's go and try Kenny S. But I don't think that's going to work for him either. But they have smoked mid, so maybe that'll help them out.
Just maybe it will. I mean, this is going to be a push with just pistols, but
yeah, it's not.
If we've learned anything today, is that pistols can be really quite good. We saw that Inferno game was absolutely insane. MBK here looking for the kill, and Existence is going to be the man to step up with the kills. MBK will pick up with 1, and he's going to get a second one too. But still, I mean, a good adjustment. They lose Scream, but they don't throw it all away. They manage to keep their cool, and that's going to be all right. Now we're at 14-13, and anyone can win this game at this point. The double-up setup has been working out for now a couple of rounds, and we'll see if it's going to continue to do so. Yeah, well, let's see if it will. Skadoodle, he's of course that lone AWPer for the North Americans, this time opted not to shoot through the smoke. Number 9 and number 6 in Kenny S and Scream. Once again, they're the B players. MBK is going to play long. Little does he know that AZK has actually walked all the way past him through the smoke. Existence is going to get surprised. AZK turns around, can't drop MBK, who is on 2 kills already. And he should be able to get a third onto Steel. He's playing a patient game. MBK doesn't miss from there. And people are applauding, and rightly so. And look at how calm Titan look. Yeah, but they're talking. You can see Kenny talking, Existence in the middle, of course, and and they're feeling it again. They feel like they've got it now, and actually they're not even all that wrong, because iBUYPOWER really don't have a lot of money right now. It's 14-14, the game is tied, and in an incredibly cruel attempt to shut this game down, Existence has picked up an AWP, or sorry, an auto sniper as well, and they have the double AWP setup. This is some dirty Counter-Strike coming out from Titan. 3 scoped rifles, but I absolutely love it. Whatever it takes to win, and that's what they're doing right now, and I think it's exactly what they need. iBUYPOWER are going to have pistols against basically just heavy artillery here.
They need to keep long distances, because if they get close to the snipers with those CZ75s, and iBUYPOWER, you know, pick up an AWP or pick up an auto sniper, maybe even get their hands on an M4 from Scream or an AK from MBK, then I do think Titan might be in trouble. And they have smoked mid, have the CTs, and iBUYPOWER might use that to their advantage to maybe push short. And they are going to go mid to B. Smiths, it should be easy peasy for him. Good flash from him. The CZ comes out. Kenny S is going to join in on the action. Smiths will get his second, and brilliant play from Titan.
Map point for the French-Belgian team. Absolutely brilliant, you're right. And now the last chance that iBUYPOWER have to try and force overtime here. That's what we're looking at. This is a really strange occurrence. And Skadoodle, with everything he's done, he's got 29 kills. He's been wrecking this whole game, and it hasn't quite been enough. And now he actually gets the long spawn. He's not going to go for it. And that's a bit of a shame, but at the same time, Titan are doing a boost on short, and it's Kenny, and this is where he's very dangerous. He's very good at this style.
If there's anyone who can do it, it's always going to be Kenny. But unfortunately for him, none of the terrorists have actually gone towards lowers, and they're all at long.
This goes for overtime. I have no idea who's going to be winning. Existence up here with the auto sniper down in pit. They're going to try and boost up here. The smoke's going to clear any second.
Oh.
And that's Skadoodle with the pick-off. Instant return by NBK now. Coming out long, it's going to be ACK to try and pick him off. The spray is not connecting, and he's very low on health. And this is a 3-on-4, looking not so good for iBUYPOWER.
No, not at all. That nade did go towards MBK, but he's still alive and healthy. His heart is still beating. He's on 80 points of health. And at the moment, the North Americans are ever so slightly outnumbered. MBK, what a final. Well, I hope it'll be a final round for him. Hat-trick so far. He only has Swag and Daze to deal with to maybe, just maybe, get the ace. And 2 versus 4, we've seen it done before, Anders. Maybe, just maybe, are we going to have overtime on the cards?
Swag is going to walk right into Kenny, and I think that seals the deal. Now, Dazed, one thing it would be if he had a lot of time left and Titan were peeking him, but there's almost 25 seconds here, and now they're going to triple team him instead, which is not quite the same here. Dazed trying to do what he can, but he's going to fall. NBK picks up